Hi, I'm Libby, and I do Miss Stafford's hair, and I'm going to be reading The Most Surprised I've Ever Been. These are my shoes. This is my face. This is me, Marcel. I'm feeling pretty good about that. One thing about a new day, you absolutely never know where it will go, even if you know where it starts. Usually in the morning, I get out of my bed and start my day. I don't read the newspaper because it turns my shoes black. And I can't have the coffee because one time I took half a sip and I didn't blink for 5 hours. But that's not the surprise I wanted to tell you about. I wanted to tell you about the day I got the most surprised. I remember how the day began. I was walking on the blanket with Alan and thinking about how much I love cake. I'm not exactly sure what happened next. All I remember is this. Number 1, I'm walking on the blanket. Number 2, I am sailing through the cool morning air 200 centimeters off the ground. Sometimes, when something truly surprising happens, it feels like it lasts a long time, even if it really doesn't. I was probably only up there for a few seconds, but it felt like much more. Everything looked so small. I could see the whole rug and all of its far-flung fringes. I could see the tennis sneaker, but I could not smell its stink. I even saw the baby. He didn't seem to be the beast that the local news warned us about. He just seemed sleepy and fat. I don't know why they put him in the jail. I saw my grandmother's house. Even from such a tall, strange height, it made me feel the way it always makes me feel. Happy, sweet, and safe. Her name is Nana Connie. She has one of those big old-fashioned breads. It's French. I felt the wind on my shell, and I thought about her journey when she was my age. Her family traveled here by coat pocket. That's actually where she met my grandfather, who was handsome and dashing and good. She still sleeps on the left side of the bread. I thought about my own bread and how it's just a plain white square. My Nana reminds me that sometimes things should be beautiful just to be beautiful. And then suddenly, I couldn't go any higher. I felt weightless, and for a second, I thought I stopped moving. I thought about how astronauts do this as a job. They go up there just to look around and tell us about that. I saw everything in its place, all at once. It was the quietest quiet I've ever heard. And before I could take it all in, I started to fall back down. The world beneath me was getting bigger and bigger. My shell made a whistling noise. I've never heard that before, I thought. I was scared. I thought about the other times I've been surprised and didn't know what to do. One time, an airplane crashed on the rug. Luckily, nobody was aboard. They think that's why it crashed. One time, I was babysitting, and the baby said its first words. Its first word was macaroni. And another time, a popcorn went off right in front of my face. But this time, took the cake. So all of that, the suddenly and the sailing and the seeing and the whistling and the falling, that was the most surprised I've ever been. And as quickly as it started, the whistling stopped, and I stopped, and the rest of the day began.